Honestly, I wish I never started trading. And I wish that people would have warned me of the things that I know now. And yeah, I just hope in this video I can give you some insight on some of the things that I wish I would have known and really valued, so that hopefully I could prevent you from losing everything like I did. So yeah, I guess let's get into the video. My name is Kelly OG. I'm a 20-year-old CEO, entrepreneur, and investor. In 2020, I was 18 without $1 in my bank account, and a year later, I became a multi-millionaire at the age of 19. I've been blessed to be able to travel and get to teach a lot of your favorite athletes and celebrities how to leverage their cash and turn it into active capital. And I'm hoping I can do the same for you, so stick around and let's get to the money. Okay, so the number one thing that I wish I would have known when it came to trading, was valuing the education. And when I say number one, it's not really top of the top, but it is very important. I think it's the most important thing, is making sure that whenever I'm actually studying, that I'm continuously studying. I always say, doctors go back to school even after they've gotten their PhD, because there's always new information to learn. Another thing to be mindful of, and this is a saying I like to say all the time, is if you needed a life-changing surgery, I'm talking this is life or death, and a doctor comes, the surgeon comes, and your surgeon is halfway through medical school, would you trust that surgeon to perform life-changing surgery on you? You wouldn't. And I say that simply because if you are halfway through your learning process, you shouldn't try and trade. It's literally a recipe for a disaster. You're literally pretty much telling yourself that you want to die in terms of your trading account. You want your trading account to die, just like if you have surgery or you need surgery and you're on that hospital bed. If you go and you tell them to send the surgeon that doesn't really know surgery, you're basically saying, hey, I'm playing with my life. I'm giving myself a 50% chance of actually surviving, and we want 100% chance of winning. So you have to value the education. I know that it's really confusing. I know right now my chart looks like a crazy amount of lines and bar graphs, and you hate math and you were never a math person, and it's too confusing. When you watch videos, you want to bang your head against the wall, and trust me, I was there. I was 100% there. I've been there. Sometimes I'm still there when I'm learning new things. But even though I am nearly 2 years into my trading journey, I'm still continuously learning and staying up all night and watching videos. And you don't have to stay up all night, but if you're not at least taking 30 minutes to try, I don't really know how you're going to see yourself as a successful trader. On top of that, I think another thing that I would value a lot more is really my journey and my path and the comparison. You see so many people that have become successful traders are making $5,000 a day, $25,000 a day, $100,000 a day consistently, but you don't see the days where they lost $60,000 in a day. They lost $200,000 in a day. I mean, they have had continuous losses over and over. And what you have to understand is those losses are lessons. And when you lose, that's just you paying your market tuition. When you go to school, when you go to college, you pay your tuition to make sure you can get that proper education. If you never lost, you would never believe that you were doing something wrong. You would put a lot of money into a trade one day because you feel like you were always right. And guess what would happen? You would get shot in the foot. And when you get shot in the foot, you can't even walk properly. Your foundation is wobbly. There was actually a Wall Street bet story I heard of a guy that turned, I think it was $30,000 into $600K in a matter of 3 weeks. So what he would do is every single Friday, he would get SPY puts. And basically what that is he would say that SPY is going to go down. So he'd make money whenever his trade went down. And he'd put all his money in it. And the first Friday, it worked. He turned $30,000 into like 100,000 something. And so then the next Friday, he did it again. Except this time he flipped it. He said, well, it went down last Friday, so I think it's going to go up this Friday. And he put all his money in, turned $100,000 into $300,000. And then he did it again and turned $300,000 into $600,000. At this point, you probably think, wow, I should probably take my money. Yeah, he should have, but he didn't. And so the next week, when he tried his same reverse method, he put everything in and lost every last dollar. Because when you're thriving too well in an area you're not familiar in, you are bound to lose. That should be a proverb, because that was a bar right there. But no, seriously, when you are doing too well where you're not knowledgeable, it's not helping you, it's hurting you. And when it comes to education, when it comes to comparison, it's all in all understanding that this isn't an overnight thing. Every single multi-million-dollar trader I know has been trading for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 10 years, 12 years. I mean, they've been trading for a long time. They've had time to compound and properly practice risk management. They've had time to face tons of losses. They've had times to develop a solid plan, and they have had times to educate. And that is one thing that you have to be wary of. You have to be aware of, is if you're not properly educating, then it's not going to be your friend. And I can't stress this to you enough, because I wish so bad that somebody would have emphasized it to me. I really do, because I watched my account shoot up and I watched it go all the way back down. And it is a terrible feeling, not because, I don't have money, but because to know that you had the potential to make it more, but you got too comfortable and didn't make it as good as it could have been. And now you have to basically start from how hard you worked all the way back up. It is I can't even describe it. I think I get emotional thinking about it, honestly. It hurts. And I want you to really understand this. And then when you start thinking of comparison and you start thinking of education, you have to pair that in with psychology. Psychology is not, okay, Kelly, I lit up a bunch of candles and I did my daily affirmations and I'm ready to trade. No, it's not about having your head in the right space. It's about being able to keep your head on tight despite the turbulence that may come around it. If a trade is going down because you have it going down and then it comes up a little, are you going to get shaken out of that trade? Or are you going to trust your plan? But you can only trust your plan if you've properly educated yourself. And I say that really because if you look at my screen right now, you'll see that I have check marks and I have X's, because what I was doing was I was back testing. And back testing is when you go back in time and you pretend to trade market movement just to practice whether or not your strategy works or what you're doing works. So I go back and I test every single trade I would have gotten into and whether it went the right way or the wrong way. You can't trust the plan just guessing the day of. Same way you can't go and expect to win championships if you never practice, because you're not going to know how to perform. You're not going to be ready for certain things. When you practice, you sharpen your skills, you redefine areas that weren't as defined before, and you're able to become better and better. Kobe did 3 a days. He went to practice at 4 a.m., he went again at 12 p.m., and he went again at night. He never stopped, and that's why he was known as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. So again, when it comes to your psychology, I need you to understand that it's about having a solid plan. It's about proper risk management. It's crazy because what you have to understand is it's easy to put a lot of money in a trade because, hey, I can easily double it. But the reason why you're not able to stomach your losses and you're not able to sit in that trade is because, here's the thing. Let's do some quick calculations, right? If I have $1,000 and I'm down 20%, that's $200. So if in every trade I've consistently been putting $1,000 in and I'm constantly down 20%, I understand that I'm risking $200, and that's cool. Now, if I decide I'm going to put $10,000 in because I want to make a lot of money and I'm down 20%, that's down $2,000. The reason a lot of people can't stomach those losses is because you're used to seeing negative 200. Now you're seeing negative 2,000. Meanwhile, you've been consistently putting $1,000 into every single trade. So now 2 trades wiped out in just a small movement. Now, what you have to understand is percents when it comes to compounding matters more than the numbers. The numbers is literally just a term of scale. But when it comes to percents, it's the same thing. If you're used to using 10,000, being down 20% is nothing to you. because that's $2,000. If you're used to putting in 1,000, being down 20% is nothing to you because that's $200. But if you focus on the 20%, that's going to be all that matters. If you're consistent in taking your profits at a certain percentage or your certain price target, or you're consistent in taking your profits or cutting your losses at a certain percentage, then you'll be pretty good. You'll be pretty fine, and you won't really have a problem. But too many people, and I wish I knew this, like, man, when I say it, I really, really, really wish I would have been told this and it would have been communicated. But when I say this, I say it to say that when you are compounding and you're practicing proper risk management, it's understanding that, yes, I'm making small money now, but that's because I know in the future I'll have a larger amount to play with. But if I try to go small, large, medium, large, small, medium, medium, large, it's going to mess with my head. I'm not going to be able to compound properly. I'm not going to be able to build properly. And I'm going to be in this position where I look at every successful trader as somebody who's lying, who's a scammer, who's a guru, who is just leading the masses astray. Not because they actually are, but because I didn't do it right. And I need y'all to understand that there's a lot of skills that trading will teach you. And there is a lot of work that goes into it, but it will pay you immensely. It will pay you immensely. Trading doesn't work if you don't allow it to work. If you don't do the things that you need to do for it to work. It's kind of like a relationship. If you don't value your partner's emotions and you don't value the things they love and the things they like, and you're not there for them to help them and support them, and you're just there to look at them and say, hey, you're pretty, it's not going to work. Because at some point you're going to be giving somebody, or on some end, someone's going to be getting the short end of the stick, and they're going to get fed up with it. Because at some point the stick's going to start just running away. And so I need you to understand, trading is something you build. It's something you work hard towards. And not every day is going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it in the end. And that is success in anything. I wish somebody would have told me this. I wish somebody would have made it clear to me. I wish somebody would have warned me in the beginning. I had to learn this all on my own, and it wasn't easy. And I've given the market nearly 6 figures worth of my tuition. I have lost and lost and lost and lost before I was ever becoming profitable consistently. But when I actually stuck to a plan, I was getting 2,000% returns in a month because I was able to understand that the losses were teaching me lessons. So I hope this is a lesson that you take as something that you can apply not only to trading but to your life, is to be patient with it, to be calm with it, to understand that it's day by day and it's not a tomorrow get rich quick type of thing. Even when you win the lottery, half that money goes to taxes. But over time, if you're making more money, you could save more money on taxes. You don't have to pay as much. But yeah, I'm just gonna end this with a quick prayer to aid in your success in trading or in any aspect of your life. And I hope this video was able to help you. I hope it was able to touch you. I hope it was able to help you understand what trading is, and what all goes into it, and help you to help your trading journey. So God, I ask that you help protect, bless every single person that's listening to this. I hope that you're able to really work in their lives and create immense success for them and abundance in every area of their lives, in their friendships, in their relationships, in their finances, in their education, in their mindsets and mentality, and just allow them to be able to strive in every single area that they are in and dominate every single field that they touch or step foot into. In Jesus' name, amen. So thank you guys for watching this video. It was a really emotional one for me, but I really appreciate you if you stuck around and you listened to it. And yeah, I hope I can help you again in the future. So I hope you have an amazing night or day or morning or afternoon. And I will see you again when you subscribe to my channel. I'm playing. Only if you want to, but hopefully I'll see you again in another video. Okay, bye. Mwah.